Hello guys, welcome to Development Economics. This is lecture 15 and we're gonna talk about why GDP is not the best indicator. In a way, it's not a lecture, it's just a small introduction to your essay. So here's the book. It's called Mismeasuring Our Lives and it's written by Joseph Stiglitz, Amartya Sen and Jean-Paul Fitoussi. First two authors are Nobel laureates, very distinguished economists in the field of development. This book is authored, you can see, by Nicolas Sarkozy, which at that time when the book was ordered was the president of France. And the reason why the idea basically came from Nicolas Sarkozy. The idea is that in a way you saw it in the movie. So at that time, 2010, I believe, president of France, he wasn't satisfied with the trend that um, investment and economists say that, well, France and Europe is not successful because their GDP is not growing. You see, US adds to GDP 2%, France adds something 0.5, and Europe is not developing. That was quite a common position from many investors. So the president of France, he said, it's not true. We have a lot of things that are much better that we are hardly working on, like that school that you saw in the movie. That's not just happened. Someone, government, put a lot of efforts in that. And a lot of other things, environment, quality of life, quality of food, quality of work. A lot of things are getting better, but they're not reflecting in those percentage points. And that naturally was a reason why President of France ordered this research. And he said, why we measure our success of a country by this GDP and how we can create a better measure that would capture all the benefits that we have compared to past and compared to other countries that are not measured by GDP. So I advise you to read the book. If you're taking the course that's required, you read the book, you write an essay, I send you instructions, what particular should be covered. But the whole book is dedicated to different reasons where GDP is not capturing that level, that side of development. And sometimes it's even harmful. One of the example I like, when the hurricane came and destroyed half of the city, and you rebuild, basically, ideally, idealistically, just for the sake of example, you rebuild the same city, your GDP will increase a lot, because the destruction is not covered by GDP. So you technically rebuild just the same wealth you had before, but GDP skyrocket. That's not what you want. And a lot of, again, the whole book is about that. So I'm not going to talk about the whole book. I just want you to bring attention that there is this book. Unfortunately, 2010, I believe again. So it's 7 years ago, and we still don't have that implemented. So we have a lot of ideas here how we should measure our economic success as a country, our level of development. And this book, as I said, ordered by the president of one of the most developed countries, written by two Nobel laureates and famous French economists, and it's still not implemented. Unfortunately, economic society is very slow in taking changes, and that's a huge problem. But for you, just read it, get educated, and understand that's very important. Thank you.